Now, here's Wendy.
Watching. Some shows call them the studio audience, but I think more of them than that. So I call them my fabulous co-host. I'm doing great today. Maybe better than Jay-Z and Beyonce. Their new tour is not doing so well so far. Well, we'll talk. And then Chris Brown gave up something big for Karrueche, his girlfriend. And there's a reality TV star blaming Ratchet TV on us, the viewers. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topic. In New York City today. It's supposed to go up to like 85, 90 degrees. I know. By the way, Jennifer Lopez will be here on Thursday. But today, her new CD, AKA, drops in stores. And everyone in the studio audience, I got a copy for all of you. They like that. So Chris Brown is getting rid of a part of his old life. You know, he just sold his Hollywood Hills party mansion. I think that this is terrific. It's a 3-bedroom house close to the street, as you can see, where he is he's adorned with his own graffiti art right outside with the garbage cans. You know, he actually is a very talented artist. I mean, there's something a little demonic and scary in the pictures, but you know, as you know, free-flowing artwork goes, he's pretty damn good. And then he also has this penthouse someplace else, like in Beverly Hills or something. So he's gotten rid of both places, and instead, he's gonna buy a love nest for he and his girlfriend, Karrueche. See, I think that this is terrific, because, you know, he's 25, but he's a hard-living 25. His 25 is more like 35 years old. And normally I would say, you know, a young person who's 25 years old, who's got a career and everything, doesn't need to be so deeply in love that they're, you know, living together and, you know, sharing like an adult life. Except his 25 is filled with all kinds of stuff that we never went through when we were 20 and 19 and 18, and now he's done jail time and flown on Con Air, and you know, he's got another trial coming up in Washington, D.C. In the next couple of months, and you know, I'm hoping that he's not doing this just to impress the judge, because of course, a lot of his actions do have to impress the judge. If I were him, I would also add church on Sundays. And this, you know, this young lady, Karrueche, she's 26 years old. Best I know, she doesn't have kids, neither does he have kids. And, you know, listen, he needs something and somebody in his corner to keep him on the straight and narrow and out of trouble. And hopefully he's not just doing this until the trial is over in D.C. and then he can go back to his wicked ways, you know, because I'm sure that would also not just disappoint us as his fans, but disappoint Karrueche. You know, this girl is sprung. You know, so, and you know, they call her a model. I don't know, and she has some sort of fashion lines or something like that. I don't know that she has money to bring to the table. I'm assuming not, you know. No, that's not laughable. You know, who did have money to come to the table for a mansion at 25 years old? I mean, she's 26, but he's 25, and so hopefully he'll be the only one on the deed. You know, it won't be about sharing the bills. Don't complicate things. You know, you take care of everything, and perhaps even contact a lawyer on Chris's behalf to draw up some sort of document that says if this relationship runs its course, then she needs to get the hell out. You know how sometimes you have people live with you, but like I think it's like in Jersey, they're grandfathered into your house after 30 days. Yes, yes, after like 30 days of them living with you, and you're ready to kick them out. Well, now it becomes a court fight. So he should make double and triple sure that you know, all the paperwork is intact. But I'm happy for them. I'm happy for him. Yeah. You know, Jay-Z and Beyonce have this On the Run tour coming up, this concert. It's a 17-city tour here in our country. I think they're going to Paris also and one other place, maybe Australia, over there. But 17 cities in America, and it's the On the Run tour, and they're less than 10 days before the first leg of the tour starts, the first concert, which is going to be in Miami, and not one show anywhere is sold out. Well, I was shocked also, you guys, until I did the math in my mind, and I said, okay, well, first of all, the tickets for this show are marked up 44%. From when she was just on the Mrs. Carter tour, and then he was separately on his tour. See, both of them have toured separately within the last year. And I'm thinking that maybe the reason that people aren't buying tickets is because people who really wanted to see them and had no idea they were going to be touring as Mr. and Mrs. already bought the individual tickets for the tours. It's just, you know, the music business at this particular point, it's a bad business to be in. I mean, you know, there are people making plenty of money, but it's hard to sustain that. And then, of course, the egos that go along with it, you know, it's got to feel really bad to get out there and perform Crazy in Love to crickets. Why, I'll bet that if the tickets continue to sell horribly, somebody will break a leg or an ankle, and all of a sudden, the tour will have to be canceled. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anyway, all right, so let's examine the seating chart for the 76,000 seat arena in Miami, shall we? All right, I'll use my finger as the pointer. The gray sections are all sold out. Sold out. But you see, there's a lot of light blue, right? The light blue is like 40% sold out. And the dark blue is totally available. And I don't know what the black section is. Maybe that's where Solange and her gang are gonna be. I don't know. So if you want floor seats, like those really good dark blue seats, those are all available. The problem is that the tickets are gonna cost you a grip. And here's another thing. You know, it's summertime, and I don't know about you, but I think that for most Americans, during the summer is our time to take off and go to the beach. You drive to the beach, gas is a fortune. Your kids are going to summer camp. And yeah, you know, Jay-Z and Beyonce, their fans are everybody. You know, they're young and they're old and they're Samoan and they're black and they're white and they're gay and they're straight. So if they can't sell something out, then you know something's got to be wrong someplace in the economy where people are reprioritizing their money. You know, kids who could afford to go are getting ready to go off to college. Parents are no longer just gonna foot that bill by ourselves. We want you to do something too. I suspect every radio station across the country will just be, you know, flooding the tickets, just throwing them at people because, you know, ego-wise, like I said, for Jay-Z and Beyonce to get out there and see a bunch of empty seats, that's not a good look. Then they also have this thing where they lower like a black curtain around the walls to make the arena look smaller. So then, yeah, so then everybody's seats are scooched up closer to the stage. Oh, listen, these celebrities pull all kinds of trickery when they're performing for you. You know, good luck to Jay-Z and Beyonce. If the tickets don't go well, I suspect they'd be fighting every night after they get off stage, right? But you're the one who wanted to go on this tour. Well, you said you wanted to be here. But we wouldn't have to try so hard if Solange didn't do that thing in the elevator. I say all that to say, if you're looking for tickets, look in your particular city. They're on their way, and you can virtually sit anywhere, including right up against the stage. So there's a reality person who's blaming Ratchet TV on us, the viewers. Well, do you watch the show Married with Medicine? Yes. Okay, the Quad. Now, I don't have anything against the women particularly, but I told you I don't particularly care to watch this show because I just feel like when you work so hard to go through medical school and everything, how are you gonna turn up on reality TV? I mean, you know, that's for people who desperately need that because maybe they didn't go to medical school. Medical school is not for all of us. Heck, not all the girls on the show are doctors. Quad isn't a doctor, but in my opinion, it's just as hard to marry one of those doctors as it is to become a doctor. You know what I mean? So Quad was on my friend Ryan Cameron's show. You know, he's a big radio star in Atlanta. And this is what Quad told Ryan. The viewers control the media. If you guys, the viewers, would celebrate when we are doing positive things and those ratings skyrocketed through the roof, then producers would take heed to that and put a lot more of that out there. I understand what she's saying. I understand what she's saying. Unfortunately, that's not the way it is. I mean, the bars have risen in terms of the drama. Why, they're about to cancel the New York Housewives because they're not, because they're not doing what they're doing in Atlanta, fighting by the pool and throwing shoes and whatnot. Quite frankly, last night, for instance, I wasn't watching Ratchet TV. Do you know what I watched? I like the BBC, Gordon Ramsay, they had a kitchen nightmare marathon. And then there was Hoarders. And then Guy Fieri had a marathon of diners, drive-in, and dives. And he showed he went to this diner and they showed the most delicious duck pastrami sandwiches. Like, I watch stuff like that, you know what I mean? I even stopped past the History Channel where they were showing secrets of World War II. Listen, so Quad, in terms of Ratchet TV, stop blaming the viewer. You put on there what you put on there. The producers cut it the way they want it edited, and then it's presented to us, and then we decide whether we want to watch or not. Like this lady in the middle, you know, she's a GYN, she's got her own practice, you know, but she's on there acting as ratchet as the rest of them. So what is the point? Wouldn't you crack your kid's skull if you paid for them to go to college and then medical school only for them to be doing the business on reality TV? And I was talking with my mother the other day, you know, and we both agreed that if we had a doctor and they showed up on reality TV, we not only would quit the practice, I would tell the doctor why, and I might even take it to the Hot Topics chair and say, you know what you are? I'm sorry. A mess. So Lifetime is doing the Aaliyah story. I know. All right, and the role of Aaliyah has gone to Zendaya. You know that girl from Dancing with the Stars. You know her. I think that's how you say her name, Zendaya. She was a Disney kid and she was on Dancing with the Stars. I don't think that she won. She's cute enough, she's 17 years old. But it's not about being cute, it's about being an actress, I guess, and being able to sing. And from what I was told, Zendaya is going to be actually singing Aaliyah's songs, which I think could be a mistake. You know what I mean? I don't know how Zendaya sings, but you don't even want to leave anything to chance because people are going to be very, very critical of your role. It's like Tina Turner. Angela did not sing Tina's music, and it worked out perfectly, just like lip sing Zendaya. So half of my 75% of people here were like, really? But I said, you know, what I always say about these stories about people who, you know, real life people is I prefer to have somebody that I really don't know to play the star. That way I'm not distracted by the person, you know what I mean? I'm not distracted. And then I said, well, what does this girl know about Aaliyah? She's only 17 years old. Now, Aaliyah passed away when she was 22. You remember the unfortunate plane crash from the Bahamas. And then Zendaya released on social media that she actually dressed as Aaliyah for Halloween years ago. So maybe she does know something about Aaliyah. And when you see her in the Aaliyah costume, does it become more believable that she can play her? know. It's all about the storyline too. Like I do want to know what all was going on with Dame Dash and Jay-Z and the rest of the story. I would like to know what was going on with R. Kelly and Aaliyah and what went on in the R. Kelly household, including how his wife Andrea, who we now know from the LA reality show. Yeah, there she is. I would like to know how all that played out. I'll tell you what I don't want to see though. I don't want to see the plane crash. You know, I think that's where it should fade to black. You know, as she's waving goodbye to her dancers. Remember, she was in the Bahamas and she was doing a video shoot. And she, you know, they still needed the dancers to, you know, do some more, you know, fill-in work and stuff. But Aaliyah was able to get on the private plane and fly back to America. So I don't want to see the plane crash. But okay, all right, Lifetime. Okay, Zendaya, good luck. I'll watch. And then, you know, Lifetime is also doing the story of Whitney Houston, and as you know, the Houston family is up in arms. They feel as though Whitney's story needs to be on the big screen. But Bobby and his daughter, Bobby Christina, had a really dramatic moment, a reunion over Father's Day, which is really sweet. Look at them running to one another. They've been estranged since Whitney passed over 2 years ago, and they reunited for Father's Day, and show the other picture. Sweet. Bobby's looks like he's lost quite a bit of weight. Do you know what I mean? He was a little fluffy through the middle, but good for them. Good for you all. All right, let's move along to Britney Spears' ex Kevin Federline, because he's quite the family man these days, too. Well, he gathered all 6 of his kids for Father's Day. Now, everybody relax. Under normal circumstances, this would be very, very ghetto. But remember, he's not 20 years old anymore, he's 36. So he's a fully formed human being. Now, the two brown kids, no, I have to explain. The 2 brown kids are his kids with Shar Jackson, who played Niecy on Moesha. And they were together first. They were actually engaged. And then he and Shar aren't together anymore. And then Britney and what's his name? Jason? Kevin went on to have this little boy right here with the black and this little boy right here with the red. And if you'll notice, the little boy with the black gets his pose from his mama. Take a look. Alas, there are 2 more children. But remember, he was married to Britney, so that's husband and wife. And then there's 2 more children. The one in his arm and the one down here who apparently has her own child. And a bag full of credit cards. No, Kevin is married to Victoria, a lady named Victoria. Now, he and Victoria met because they were on the same bowling team. Well, excuse me. You never know where love is going to be. I'm gonna tell you, you always make sure that you have whitener for your eyes and chapstick for your lips, ladies, because you never know where you're going to find love. And all in all, do you remember when we used to hate Kevin Federline? Do you remember, like, oh God, but he was always hot. Always hot. Yeah. He's nice looking, right, Suzanne?
Oh, very.
Yeah.
Very.
Do you all think he's nice looking?
Yeah.
And he's still nice looking. He kept his looks together. I mean, you know, the difference is that back then, America hated him and we thought that he was a jerk. And now he's just risen to the occasion of being, from what we can see, a pretty awesome, you know, co-parent and a pretty awesome husband and an awesome father. So good for you, Kevin Federline, for rising to the occasion. So Kelly Clarkson had the new baby, and you won't believe who's speaking out. It's his husband's ex-wife, Melissa. Her husband's ex-wife, Melissa. Melissa has a 13-year-old and a 7-year-old with Brandon. That's Kelly's husband, but they're exes. And Melissa actually talked to the people at Radar Online about Kelly's business. I know, when I put it that way, right? Well, all I'm saying is that this is Kelly Clarkson's first baby. So, you know, let her do the bragging and let her make the phone calls and the rounds and stuff, Melissa. And Melissa didn't mean to hurt anything. She called the baby the 3rd most precious child in the world or something like that. But, you know, it just makes me nervous that, and I love that the three of them are such great co-parents together because that's really the way it should be. However, I do think that Melissa overstepped her boundaries, even though she had good intention. Let Kelly comment on Kelly Clarkson business. Congratulations, Kelly Clarkson, Brandon, and you too, Melissa. Please welcome Abby Lee Miller.
Okay, before we even get started,
okay.
I'm taking over today. I want to thank you. You know, in this business, there's a lot of haters and a lot of fakes, and you have been such a dear and a true friend, and I really appreciate.
Thank you, Abby.
All the, well, yes, with you taking time on your show, taking time away from other guests and products and this and that to be vocal and to speak out about Dancing with the Stars and about, you know, how I was treated in this and that.
I thought you were terrific. Did you see her judging on Dancing with the Stars? I thought you were terrific, and I wanted this to be,
I love that picture.
I wanted that to be your next job, and I had no idea that people really hated you, and so it doesn't, no, not people, not us, John Q. Public, but the people at Dancing with the Stars behind the scenes, like the dancers and stuff.
And I have always been so complimentary of all the dancers. When they were hired, they were just hired as dancers. And now they're choreographers and they're doing great work.
Yes.
And I have been nothing but complimentary and good and nice and kind about them. And this was a job. And I feel in some way that I helped Meryl win because she did listen. She heard what I was saying. You can go back and look through the still pictures from the event and look at her feet that are sickled and flexed and this and that. And I thought they were amazing. I thought they were brilliant.
To me. I can't tell.
Well, right. But she's had years of ballet training. She knows.
I knew that she and Maxim were going to win. When Maxim,
from the get-go.
When Maxim came here, well, I saw you guys butt heads, you know, on the actual show, but then when he came here and I said, well, I'm voting for Abby Lee Miller. If she's available to be a judge, I would like her to be a judge. And he said no. So if Dancing with the Stars did contact you, because Max is not the boss of the Dancing with the Stars.
No. Oh, no.
If they contacted you to be a judge, would you do it?
Absolutely.
Good. Do you really have time in the day?
Well, I'm kind of busy, but, you know, especially now that they're venturing out into the lyrical and the contemporary and the musical theater, if it was strictly ballroom, probably not.
Okay,
but
okay.
Now that they're using all the genres of dance, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, you're working on your third reality TV show in 3 years.
Crazy.
But...
Because you just can't get enough of me.
But, and Dance Moms is still on, but this new one about the dance studios, you love reality TV.
Well, if someone gave me a script, I would like that too. There's residuals on scripted television,
yes.
Not in reality.
Do you like the way that you're coming off on reality TV? Because a lot of people are
I
saying...
am what I am. You can walk into my studio any day, any time of the day, and you'll hear me screaming at somebody.
Yeah.
You know, or I could be in tears because some child, you know, executed a routine so beautifully that it brought me to tears. Or you might hear me very nicely and calmly correcting, you know, take your foot into sur le coup de pied, da-da-da. Some kids you can talk to that way. Other kids, they don't get it.
You gotta scream.
Right.
Well, Quad from Married to Medicine, we were just talking during Hot Topics, she says that if we, the public, would stop supporting ratchet screaming reality TV, then producers would stop making it. What do you say about her comment?
Well, as far as the production end goes, possibly. My mother, she just passed away, and she loved all those, you know, talk shows where they're like divorced and the baby daddy and like all that kind of stuff.
Jerry and them.
She loved those shows.
Yes.
I'm like, Mother, why are you watching this show? I love it. I think it makes people feel better about their own lives.
Yes.
When they see all that.
Yes.
You know, but I just think that our fans are amazing.
Yeah.
And without them, we wouldn't have a show.
Now, are you still, by the way, are you still living in Pittsburgh or?
Yes, I still live in Pittsburgh. And my studio's in Pittsburgh, and I am looking for a building to open a studio in LA.
In LA?
Yes.
Perfect. We, on Hot Topics, were talking about, we actually rolled the clip from Dance Moms when one of the moms got up in your face and you got up in her face. Next thing you know, she hauled off and slapped you. That's the mom. What's her name?
Well, you had to show a good picture. You couldn't show a bad picture.
What were you thinking the moment that she slapped you, and how's that going?
Well, I thought this is a nightmare and I'm going to wake up.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And then, you know, a million things go through your head. What do you do? So I made my decision, and now I'm really not at liberty to speak about it. I would love to tell you everything.
Okay.
But the district attorney of the Bronx, New York City.
Oh, because you were in New York on an outing.
Yes, and we were competing in the Bronx. It is now their case. I am removed from the situation.
It's going down.
It's not about me, yes.
Wow.
So, and they've asked me many times to please not discuss it, that it could affect the case.
Okay, well,
so
let's not talk about it. Let's talk about your love life. Abby, the last time that you were here.
Well, I want to see that big ring you have because.
But I'm married.
See, I know. Well, I'm looking for like a big, thick man.
There's a man. That guy that I saw,
yeah,
that
why
cute
are you
guy.
talking about Kevin Federline? What? He's not cute.
Yes, he is, but
He's
this
cute.
guy. Yeah.
You know what? Well, that's Michael, but I have a lot of hot men in my life.
Yes.
I surround myself with beautiful men.
But I want to be specific about the one that you're intimate with.
Well,
is this Michael? and look, are you trying on engagement rings there? I see an engagement ring.
Well, I am, but I just can't find. I want like a metal, like a big, thick, chunky, modern, contemporary band.
So in other words, Abby's getting married.
Well, I don't know. You know, we rushed into things because my mom was ill.
Oh, gotcha.
And I think it was kind of like she would be at peace if she knew I had someone to take care of me. You know, my mom and dad were older when they had me, and they raised me to be very independent, and it's all great.
Is he much younger than you?
No.
I'm just asking.
No. But, yeah. I can't say.
Well, look, it's all good. I love when you stop by.
When the camera's still, I can tell you everything.
Congratulations on everything. Your reality shows, hopefully Dancing with the Stars calls. If they don't, it's their loss. Congratulations on Michael and all that you have going on. Everybody clap it up for Abby Lee Miller. And make sure you check out the premiere of Abby's Studio Rescue, June 24th at 9 o'clock on Lifetime.